From Wish TV and the All Indiana Podcast Network, this is the News 8 Daily 8 Podcast, a Wish TV News 8 update.
Hi, this is Hannah Mordeau, and this is your News 8 Daily for Wednesday, August 14th. It is a wonderful Wednesday when it comes to the weather. Going to have sunny skies for the most part out there. It feels comfortable yet again, but get ready. That humidity and warm air is going to start rising today. We'll get into the mid-80s tomorrow with storm chances later in the week. We start with a deadly crash in Greenwood this morning. The fire department says it happened at around 2:15. Graham and Allen roads were blocked for most of the morning. That's an industrial area next to an Amazon facility and other warehouses. The department says the call came in as a car under a semi and that the driver of the car died at the scene. Greenwood police are investigating. Also new this morning, a pedestrian is dead after a crash on the east side. IMPD says it happened just before midnight at East 30th Street and Elmhurst Drive. Police say the person who was hit by the car died at the hospital. Officers say the driver of the car remained on the scene and is cooperating with the investigation. From Team 8, the judge in the Delphi murders case has rejected a defense request to challenge evidence against suspect Richard Allen. Judge Frances Gold denied the request for a hearing about the search warrant of Allen's home. She says investigators did not lie or mislead the judge when trying to get that warrant. During the search of Allen's home, police say they found a gun linked to the bullet found near the bodies of Abby Williams and Libby German. Allen is scheduled to be back in court next Friday. That's August 23rd. Also from Team 8, IMPD confirms the man at the center of a murder-suicide was a retired reserve officer who just recently left the job. The Southside shooting left Thomas Nolan and his wife Ashley Nolan dead and wounded two teenage girls. Neighbors say the girls were Nolan's daughters. Police believe Thomas Nolan shot the other three, then turned the gun on himself. IMPD says he worked for the department for 21 years and had retired 3 months ago. Police have not said what led to the shooting. A special committee of the City County Council will soon start investigating how Mayor Joe Hogsett responded to allegations of sexual misconduct by his former top aide. As News 8 told you this week, the mayor apologized publicly and directly to the woman who brought those allegations against his former chief of staff, Thomas Cook. Our team asked some members of the City County Council what they thought of the mayor's apology.
I appreciate him making those statements, and I think we are past the point of statements and we need to look for what happened and what went wrong.
We are taking a victim-centered approach. We're not taking an establishment. We're not worried about the blowback on the city. We want to make sure this never happens again.
Democratic Councilor Jesse Brown is still calling on Hogsett to resign. He issued this statement saying Mayor Hogsett's apology was as late as it is lacking. He should resign immediately, and I'm eager to see what the investigation committee turns up. Two of Thomas Cook's accusers tell our team they do not necessarily want the mayor to step down. Now, Lauren Roberts and Caroline Ellert say they have a message to other women with similar stories. Here's more of their conversation with News 8's Kyla Russell.
I think the minute it happens to you, there's not really a way to win. There's just kind of different ways to lose.
While there isn't a right way to move forward after experiencing abuse and harassment like Caroline and Lauren have, they say taking steps toward healing is painful but possible.
But the thing I tell women is it's just important to tell somebody because I think there's a lot of pressure on women to stand up for themselves and get themselves out of this, and it's one of the hardest things you can do. You can't do it without help. So we're there for help and support, whether it's a friend, a colleague, a family member. It's just really important to find someone that you care about and who cares about you to tell.
Now, years later, Roberts and Ellert tell me they are still working toward recovery. Knowing fear can't continue in darkness encouraged them to come forward, which has been key to planting seeds of change.
It's been almost a redo of what I went through all those years ago, only now the outcome is hopefully going to be different. Regardless of outcome, it was the right thing to do. Number one, because it would help at least one other person, and that was worth it. That's why I started speaking out in the first place all those years ago, because I felt a responsibility that admittedly wasn't mine, but did feel like a responsibility at the time to protect other women and people.
They know their experience isn't uncommon in the halls of Indy city government or for women at work in general. They say it pervades every industry and will continue to if something doesn't change.
I've heard some people say that they've experienced something similar, but they say to me that it wasn't as bad. And I think my message for people is that every level of harassment is bad, and if we just keep allowing it to slide over and over again, it compounds. And we shouldn't have to accept anything less than a completely safe and equitable workplace.
Now, if you are a victim of sexual abuse and need resources, we've made it easy for you. You can head to the As Seen On section of our website at wishtv.com. There you'll find a list of ways to get help. I'm Kyla Russell for Wish TV. WishTV.com, or follow us on Facebook for updates.
In Colts Watch, you can watch the Colts and their opponents before they play Saturday. The Colts and the Cardinals are practicing together at training camp in Westfield. It's an evening workout starting at 6, same time, same two teams tomorrow too. Today is also Fan Appreciation Day at Colts camp. Music, autographs, and more start at 4. Tickets are just $5 each. The Colts are giving $1.25 million in grants to 24 organizations in Indiana. Colts owner Jim Irsay announced this year's Kicking the Stigma recipients this week. Campaign started in 2020 to raise awareness for mental health. Players from the Colts and the Cardinals are set to help in a joint service project at their practices today and tomorrow to help raise awareness for the program. The Indianapolis Motor Speedway Museum is selling 11 cars from its collection. The museum says this will allow them to acquire new artifacts to help show the history of the Indianapolis 500. Some notable cars being sold include a 1964 Ferrari that ran the legendary course at Le Mans 3 times, plus early racing cars like a 1907 Itala. The cars will be sold at various events and auctions next year. This week brings a welcome home and a reality check for one of Indiana's Olympic champions. Carmel High School is celebrating the achievements of Alex Shackle. A new Facebook post shows her standing in the school's main entrance with silver and gold medals around her neck. The post says, "We're bursting with pride for this incredible CHS senior." Now let's get back to hitting the books, champ. One of the most visible American fans at the Olympics is paying off a promise over one of the game's biggest controversies. Flavor Flav is showing off in a new post on X a bronze version of his signature clock necklace. Jordan Chiles was in the middle of a technical tug of war over who won the bronze medal on the floor exercise. Flav pledged over the weekend to get Chiles the clock, then posted the result yesterday. This has been your News 8 Daily from Wish TV. I'm Hannah Mordeau. Watch us on wishtv.com and follow us on Facebook for updates.
This is the News 8 Daily 8 podcast, a Wish TV News 8 update on demand. For even more, on demand and on the go, connect with Wish TV on Facebook at wishtv.com and on the free Wish TV mobile app. Thank you for listening, and be sure to like, subscribe, and follow this podcast for updates every weekday morning on the All Indiana Podcast Network and wherever you get your podcast.